differences and everything, we trust ourselves.
Okay.
I trust Demola, and I'm believing he trusts me. There are some things you will, if that is being said, Demola will not be part of it. If there are some things that maybe that is being said, Jumoke is not going to be part of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what has really helped us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
To another episode of Couch Convos. Today we have a beautiful couple on set with us. They have been married for 10 years. We're going to be talking about their journey together and advice for people who are thinking of, going into the institution called marriage. Thank you for being here, Ademola and Jumoke.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Good, chill.
Good.
Great to have you here.
Yeah.
You just
Thank
celebrated your 10-year wedding anniversary. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels like, we are going to the next level, which is quite exciting.
Nice.
And for us, well, for me.
Exactly what she said. But then again, the thought that comes to mind is 10 years already.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Sometimes it feels like
it looks like it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
But then again, you now start counting back and between different memories and the experience, and you're like, wow, 10 years. Okay. All right.
Decades.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. So how did you both meet? And what drew you to each other? I know couples always have different, flavors to this. So
Ladies first.
okay.
Okay. Okay. First off, we went to the same university.
Okay.
Yep.
Convenant University. to
Yep.
be precise. But I knew Demola, but I didn't know him like that.
Okay.
He's one of the brainies. I need
Ooh.
to find that out. Well, so yeah. So fast forward to 2013, right? Yes, he knows the dates. So yeah, I'm sure 2013.
Yeah.
I was on a job that I did really like so much, but I think maybe there was definitely a reason for me to be there. And Demola was traveling because there was a job at the airport. I was a supervisor on a job like that. So yeah, so he came to the restaurant that I was working with, and we just saw and we started chat. I think I was the one that even got his attention. So I was like, "Oh, Covenant University." So yes, and we just talked briefly, and I think he gave me his card, and then I was going to write an exam, and I told him about the exam, so he was like, "Okay, I wish you all the best and all of that." So anyway, fast forward to 2 days or 3 days after, I did the exam. No, I didn't do the exam for some reason. They just said, it was a story for another day. But I called him. I was the one that called and just said, "Oh, I didn't get to do the exam. It just happened and all of that." And from there on, everything just kind of moved really fast.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your version?
Exactly. So in my version, I was dating someone, but I was trying to end it
Okay.
due to some reasons, and then I was going for work, and like she said, interestingly, like she said, it was a temporary thing. She worked in that place for only 1 month. She was in that particular place. I met her for only that day.
Nice.
Only that day.
I actually didn't used to.
So I met her, like she said. So I gave her the card, like she said, but I don't know. It was after the whole discussion, and I was like, I don't have a number.
Oh wow.
So in my mind, I was like, this girl should call me back. So the day she called, so I was in the hotel, work something. As she called, I saved the number, had the conversation. My credit finished. I got more credit, kept the conversation, and then from then on, I mean, I saw my shot and I took it, let's just say we are here now.
Yes, 10 years later.
We are here now.
Okay. So what would you say drew you to each other?
For me, what really drew me to Demola was I just thought, he was a very smart guy.
Ooh.
Yes, because he's smart. Me, I can be very all over the place. So obviously you need that person to
the
put you on
balance,
check.
yeah.
So yeah, and also a lot of approval from my brothers, because I said we went to the same university. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, Efiko is what do you call this, rep.
Oh, Florep. Yeah, I was the
Florep,
Florep.
all those positions and everything. So everyone was like, Jumoke, no, put your head there. This is the guy. This is the guy. So I'm like, okay, this is the guy. Yeah, because I was just like, okay. Well, yeah, he looks like, future will be bright. It will be very, very bright. And it was a very caring guy.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I just felt like I'm gonna feel safe with him, and. Yeah, and that was how I kind of like said, you know what, okay, let's just give this a try.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So like you said, same university. I was Florep for one of our brothers. Actually, even two of them actually.
Yeah.
And so I knew of her, but I never really saw her. So I couldn't recall seeing her throughout school. So the day we went for our first date, she was like, "Oh, I'm sure you know my brothers." I was like, "I doubt it," because I know me. I wasn't like, I was just in the background in school.
Yeah.
I said I doubt it. The day I entered her house for the first time, everyone was like, "Demo." I was like, "Oh, I see where you're going." So I felt a bit comfortable.
Yeah.
So because I knew almost all the boys in the house and all of that. I think for me, one thing that struck me about her is her personality. So she is the life of the party.
Yeah.
She's the bubbly one. I can just disappear in the background. That's me, low key. But she can enter a room, light up the room, have conversations, and I'm like, okay, that's a little bit something I don't have. I definitely need. And then as we went into relationship and kept moving, one thing that also struck me about her is her simplicity. She doesn't like stress, doesn't like complicating things. Let's just, if there's a way to make it simple. So and in life you don't want stress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like those answers. So you're both in sync. I like that.
Well, I mean, you can say that now. So because of that, then there were a lot of things going on. You're not sure because I wouldn't say I was the most confident person in going into that relationship, because I was first looking at there are levels to this thing. That's teased the guys, and I was like, maybe not. And she's fine girl. I'm like, okay, you need to put your best foot forward. I wasn't deceiving myself. The fact that I'm only seeing myself, I might not be the only. So I need to, but. I guess I won,
Yeah,
so,
10 years after.
Yeah.
I love that. So I think one question is, you may have already answered it, but how did you know that this is the one person for me? Like, this is who I want to marry? And how long did you date for before deciding, okay, let's just, take a step into marriage?
Okay. Let me just answer it plain and simple. I didn't think it was the one for me.
No way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you see what I said?
You know why? Because I never really. I'm just one person that I just move with life. Like I've just never been that person. Like Dema is someone that has 5-year plan, 10-year plan, all that plan together. But it's not like I don't have plan for myself. But I just don't overthink things, and I just move along. It's like you're just moving, right?
Yeah.
So because when I met Dima, I think I was 28.
Yep.
Yeah. So for me, I knew, it's always that time that there's pressure, but I didn't have pressure in my family. But you just know you settle.
Yes.
But so for me, it wasn't like I saw that I wanted to settle with this person, but I just knew he was a good guy.
Yeah.
And let's just see where this goes. That's how I always just move along.
Okay.
And that was what it was with me and Ademola. So when he decided and he told me his intention, because one thing about me, the way I was in a relationship with him, I just put my best foot forward. If he works, that's how I do it. If he works, he works. If it doesn't work,
we
tried,
Yeah.
and this is it. But it was actually working. So
10 years.
Yeah.
I mean.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
and I think that's how I that's the approach I used.
I love that.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So, like I said, I'm a bit different. So, at 23, I remember I was somewhere class, and they asked the question, "What do you want to be?" And I told them, "Oh, by the time I'm 30, I probably to be so in my career, be married and have a child." I met her like a couple of days before my 30th birthday. So now,
Wow.
so by that time,
Already ready.
my mindset,
I get
everybody,
you.
I was not, I was not interested in let's go and be dating, nah. This
just-
went in my head. So after like a first date, second date, me already was chipping it in that me, I'm not here for let's be playing around. Let's just find out. Me, I know what me I want. And at that time, when I first said it, of course, she was like, "Bro, you're coming in a bit too hot here." And I like, okay, let me just continue praying about this.
Yeah.
And when I prayed, I was confident and clear on the fact that
Okay. This is
I
it.
should proceed.
That's good.
But you know, it's a two-way street. So I needed to be sure that it was coming,
she's
because
coming,
then you can say something and
Yeah.
And I think now, looking back, I'm very happy that we are here,
Yeah.
because when I look back, I think I understand now why everything I tried, people I dated before then
Didn't work.
didn't work.
Yeah, I love that.
It's clearer now.
Love it.
Very clear.
That's nice. That's really cool. That's really nice. Okay. So what would you say has been the key to your lasting marriage?
Good question, though.
Yeah, very interesting question. To be honest, what has been the key for, well, I'm sure for the both of us is we've put God in the center of it all, and we communicate.
Okay.
You know, we actually really do communicate. Like we talk about everything.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's good.
we everything. Like I don't. I wish I can't go into details, but yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Like we don't leave anything out, and I also we, as much as couples have their differences and everything, we trust ourselves.
Okay.
I trust Demola. And I'm believing he trusts me. Like, there are some things you will, if that is being said, the man will not be part of it. If there's some things that maybe there's being said, Jumoke is not going to be part of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what has really helped us.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. To be honest, it's the God factor,
Okay.
because I can. It's unlimited, the amount of instances where I'm just on my own forming. Why? And then the Holy Spirit just stand up and go and apologize.
He's always saying.
I've prostrated for her before. I've knelt down.
Yes.
So and most of those times it's not like that.
like doing it.
If you know the grumbling before getting there, I'm like,
the
Holy Spirit is it's better go. So for me, that factor, God factor, and then like you said, communication. That's some topics are not the easiest to talk about. But it starts, you pace yourself, you continue, and you get to it at some time.
That's a good
and
tip.
finish it.
And also, I just wanted to add, he said it about me, I don't do well having conversations. Like, I shy away from it. Yeah, but
so you have to learn it.
Demola is that one person that when you're having he's a thinker, like, he goes in depth and he stresses me out when he's overthinking. So me, I've had the conversation and I've moved on. I'm just like, then he will just come again. So why? I'm like, guy,
Give this tip.
So he really helped me. So and that's why our communication really has helped us.
Yeah.
I like that. So even though that was not what you were like in the beginning, you've become like used to it because the Mola kept doing the work.
Yeah, and also learning how to communicate, because
learning,
especially as a woman, growing up with boys, I just, talk, and I kind of, I'm just different. Like, how men just throw words at me. So I'm very, I throw words. I just say it as it is. So yeah, it's taught me that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Still
good.
working on it, but
We're good.
I mean, that's great. That's really interesting to hear. So, how would you say you both have changed over the past 10 years?
oh wow.
I think for me, one thing that has changed for me is my ability to be more empathetic. That one, because one thing that the past 10 years has kind of highlighted is the fact that we are really two different people,
Absolutely.
two different backgrounds,
Yeah.
but we have now a common goal and we are now one.
Yeah.
So yes, we are one, but you need to understand that your lens might not necessarily be her lens.
True.
And so you need to at times wait. And one thing that I've learned is patience. Oh, patience. So like I can't remember who said this. She was talking about men, and it's a woman. I can't remember who it is. She was saying that as a husband, there's part of patience, and then there's also long suffering. So as a man, you need to graduate to the sense of long suffering. And like Pastor Godman would say, as a man, you need to die daily. You see that dying daily, yeah? Man, you die many times. At times, many times in a day. Yes. So you die. So patience and long suffering, that's for me. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Jumoke?
For me, what I've learned over the years is just being a good communicator, like just learning how to communicate.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm still learning. It's
Continuous journey.
because I'm always very sometimes I don't use bad words. No, there's no room for that.
Yeah.
We can't do that. It's just how your tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Important.
And
yeah.
Men, Ademola, I don't know about that, but Ademola, respect. It's such a core thing for them. So I've learned to work on my tone, speak differently, and also understand that, is your husband, and stuff like that. So for me, I've learned to communicate better. Like I said, I'm still working on it, guys. Please don't crucify me.
I like this.
Yes.
Yeah. I like all of the things that you've learned, like communication, empathy, patience, long suffering. And I'm glad that this is something that you're bringing to the fore, because these are important things for people to also pick up on, going into a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So what would you say has been the biggest challenge in your marriage, and how did you overcome it?
For us, maybe Ademola might have a different, but what I feel like has been very challenging for us was at the beginning of our marriage. It was very challenging, and I would say why it was quite challenging for us is when we were dating, we had very few. We knew ourselves, but you don't know yourself that well.
Yeah.
You think you know yourself, but you don't know. So coming in together, like you said, two different backgrounds coming together and it was totally different. I wanted things a particular way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ademola knew what he wanted, because like I said, Ademola is a planner. He has planned his life. Boy, he was hoping the wife would enter the plan, but the wife was not fitting it. Well, I fitted, but I was not just going according to. And not long after we had Nifemi, life just went so fast. Like before you knew it, 7 months. Nifemi was 7 months. And already I was pregnant for my second child. Oh. So like it was just life just threw all the balls at once. So we didn't really have the time to immerse ourselves being a couple. So that really put a strain in our relationship. And and as a woman, having children, that was my companion. Like I didn't see him. I'm just like, guy, you'll be fine. I didn't see all those things. But over time, as we talked about things.
Yeah.
And like I always say, we're just two good people. We're not perfect, but two good people coming together and just trying to make it work. And me, okay. So I know I said I don't plan. I plan, but I don't go into serious detail. But one of the things I know I used to talk to God about was that I want to get married. I want to do right in my marriage. Like for me, my marriage for me was just like my gateway to heaven. I don't know.
Not to heaven.
Not to heaven, but you know, I don't not guilty. I don't mean it that way, but you know what? Yeah, but you know, for me, it's just for me to unwrite all my, your wrongs and just be, be different, be a better person. It's just an opportunity for you to be a better person. And so for me, that's my anchor for me to just make my marriage,
Thank you everyone again for joining us today on the couch with the lovely couple who've been married for 10 years. I'm sure you may have picked up a lot of gems and advice from them. And I hope that you have questions, you leave it in the chat for us. We will send them to Ademola and Jumoke. Thank you again for being here on the couch. See you in the next episode.